A brick shattered our front window just past midnight. The sound jolted me awake. I raced downstairs, glass crunching beneath my feet, and saw it laying in the center of the living room floor, wrapped in a crumpled note that read, "Sick kids not wanted. Get out." I stared at the words in disbelief, my hands trembling as I picked up the brick. This wasn't just some random act of cruelty. This was targeted. This was about my daughter, Lily, and I already knew who was behind it. Judith Cole, the president of our neighborhood HOA, who despised us from the moment we arrived. I'm Dr. Daniel Hayes. I've spent over 2 decades saving children's lives as the chief pediatric surgeon at St. Gabriel's Hospital. But nothing in all my years of medicine prepared me for the helplessness I felt in that moment, knowing my 9-year-old daughter, who depends on a feeding tube to survive, was being hunted by someone obsessed with property values. "Dad, what happened?" I turned to see Lily standing at the top of the stairs, her cartoon pajamas hanging loosely from her frail frame, the thin tube taped to her cheek catching the hallway light. "Nothing, sweetheart," I lied, hiding the brick behind me. "Just the wind. Go back to bed." She frowned. "It's that lady again, isn't it? The one who always yells at us." How do you explain to a child that someone hates her simply for being sick? I hugged her tight. Some people fear what they don't understand. But you're perfect. Okay. None of this is your fault. We moved to Willow Creek 3 months ago. I chose the neighborhood because of its proximity to the hospital and its access to special programs for kids like Lily. On day 1, as the medical delivery van dropped off her nutritional equipment, Judith Cole marched onto our property like she owned it. "No business deliveries allowed," she snapped, eyeing the medical boxes. "They're for my daughter. She has severe digestive issues. She can't eat solid food." Judith's face contorted with disgust. "Well, keep all that hospital junk out of sight. You're lowering the curb appeal." From there, things only got worse. The wheelchair ramp I installed, not up to aesthetic code. The nurse who stayed during the day, unauthorized visitor. Even the sun-filtering film on Lily's bedroom windows, improper tint. 2 weeks ago, I threw Lily a small birthday party. Just 6 kids from her therapy group. Judith called the police, claiming we were operating a hospice. The cops found kids eating cake and blowing bubbles. They apologized and left. But the damage was done. Lily cried for hours. Her day had been ruined. That night, I stood in the ruins of our shattered living room and decided enough was enough. I sent Lily to stay with her aunt for a few days. While she was gone, I installed cameras around the house and organized a private HOA board meeting without Judith. To my surprise, the board was horrified. Most had no idea what Judith had been doing. She told us it was all cosmetic. One member said, I showed them photos of Lily, her medical documents, and the note tied to the brick. I'm not just a father. I told them, I've treated many of your children. All I want is for my daughter to live here safely. The board voted to approve every modification to our home. Judith couldn't override them. She lost her power at least. I thought she did. 3 days later, Lily collapsed during breakfast. She vomited blood and curled into a ball of agony. Her throat was raw. Her stomach burned. In the ER, scans showed severe chemical burns along her digestive tract. I'm a doctor. I've seen poisonings before. I knew this wasn't natural. I checked our security footage, and there she was, Judith Cole, entering our home with her HOA-issued key while we were at Lily's therapy session. She opened the fridge, took out Lily's feeding liquid, and poured something from a small dark bottle into the container. The hospital confirmed it, drain cleaner. If Lily had taken her full morning dose, she might not have survived. I handed the footage to the police myself. Judith was arrested during an HOA meeting, wearing her signature white tennis skirt and fake pearl necklace. I stared at her as they handcuffed her, wondering how far hate could really go. Lily underwent 3 surgeries in the following weeks. Her recovery was brutal, but she made it through. That tube, once a symbol of her fragility, became her lifeline again. During the trial, it came out that Judith had driven out 3 other families with disabled or ill children. None had pressed charges. None had the evidence. We did. Her defense? That she was preserving the community's quality. The judge didn't flinch. You weren't protecting property values. You were devaluing humanity. Judith Cole was sentenced to 15 years in prison for attempted murder and unlawful entry. But what happened after her conviction was something I never expected. When Lily came home from the hospital, our driveway was full of neighbors holding signs. Welcome home. Lily, we're with the Hayes family. Mrs. Alvarez from 2 doors down handed me an envelope. Inside was a letter and a house deed. We pooled our money and bought Judith's house after the bank foreclosed. We want to turn it into a support center. We'd love for you to help us run it. I broke down crying. For the first time, I felt like we weren't alone. Lily named the place Lighthouse. Today, it helps families across the county navigate life with special medical needs. Once a month, I host workshops there. We keep the brick that started it all in a glass case by the front door to remind everyone how cruelty can be transformed into care. Last fall, Lily started 5th grade. Her backpack was covered in pins from other kids at Lighthouse. As the bus pulled up, our elderly neighbor, Mr. Whitaker, waved from his porch. Got your superpowers, Lily? He called, pointing to her feeding pump. Always. She grinned. She climbed the bus steps like she owned the world. And maybe, in her own way, she did. A few weeks ago, I got a letter from Judith. It sat unopened for days until Lily saw it. Maybe she's sorry, she said. Judith's letter was handwritten. She said she volunteered now, reading to sick kids at a local hospital. She didn't ask for forgiveness. She just wanted Lily to know she thought about her every day. I read it to Lily. She thought a while, then nodded. Tell her I forgive her. Not because she deserves it, because I don't want to carry her hate in my heart. That's Lily. Stronger than me. Braver than I'll ever be. And that's the truth about neighborhoods. The best ones aren't about fences, or HOAs, or pristine lawns. They're about people flawed, healing, and learning to love what they once feared. Lily didn't just survive. She changed our entire community. And no HOA rulebook could ever compete with that.